Dumelang Sambanani. Hello, South Africa. A very warm welcome to Expressions. This is definitely the place for you to air your views. As we know, political campaigning is a very vital and salient aspect of being able to mobilize voters and be able to get the voters to be convinced. Now, the question and the impact that we're trying to look at today is what is really going into celebrities being part of that political campaigning. What does it mean for celebrities to be part of these rallies? I'm your host, Jacqueline Mapala.
It's great to be back as Expressions Muntomusha, and we continue with very important conversations on the show namhlanje. Now, political parties were busy putting the nuts and bolts to their closing rallies ahead of the local government elections. CA Expressions, we were hot on their trails to bring you as it happened. So kunjalo ke besikhulumisana nama celebrities as uzagwethu Jacqueline has just said. Let's take you through the first rally, which was that of ActionSA. Check it out. We are hot on the campaign trail with some political parties as your #1 youth current affairs show. I'm trying to see Expressions. We're bringing you some of those journeys with those political parties as we ask the big question: should celebrities be campaigning with political parties during election season? That's the big question on the show today. What do you have to say about the question that we're asking today? This is Expressions. So now you know him as one of the biggest hit makers in the country, and he's also responsible for abantu bajive during election time as well. Let's talk about the importance of Oguba Nolusha that are actively involved in a public discourse and making decisions afana nokuvota. Kubaluleke kangakanani lokho?
What I would say is like for South Africa is as a youth much, you understand? If you youth I vote, who's gonna vote? Because they've played their part. It's our turn to play the part, you understand? So the only way we have to vote for change, you understand? Because they had their time in South Africa, so it's ActionSA and the future is based on us. So we have to vote for us, which is totally a necessity that we're always crying for, you understand?
Yeah. So yes, ngesikhathi sama elections kuba khona nezinto eziningi that people say abazothi no artist ethize performa ku rally yenani artist ethize performa ku rally yani. What is your view on that njenge artist? Is it about ukwenza imali, or it's about just being an artist that is actively involved with public discourse?
I would say it's just being an artist that is active, you understand, in politics and so whatever we're speaking about, you understand. But that's not an artist which okay. As me an artist, I love politics, I understand. So when I want to develop politics, I understand. I want to develop us inspire. Yeah.
So shukuthi when you land the ActionSA?
Yeah, when I land the ActionSA, I understand.
Today as Expressions, we are asking if should artists be associated with political parties during electioneering season. What are your thoughts on that?
Any artists, they can vote for who they want to, because at the end of the day, we also live in South Africa and we also want a better South Africa for artists as a whole.
Yeah. So now, young people are hardest hit by unemployment and poverty, and you're a young person, a young artist in the country. Talk to us about why is it so important for young people to go and vote?
To bring change. To bring change so we can have better venues to party at, kick at.
You're on the campaign trail. Speak to us about the importance of speaking to the youth electorate.
You know, what is actually quite sad, for me in this country, 27 years of our democracy, the biggest casualties has been our youth. 74% of our youth in a country like South Africa are unemployed. We have the highest sustainable youth unemployment in the world. But we're seeing the youth actually withdrawing from politics. So please, the youth, it is your future that's at risk here. And the only way we can make a difference is for you to go out. It's for you to decide the kind of political leadership that you want. Please, we cannot really sit back and allow and give our life to someone else. I'm appealing to you for your own future and the future of my grandchildren. Take and hold politicians accountable.
You spoke at length about some of the things that you're most passionate about. One of them making Johannesburg a clean city, as you put it. Why is this so important to you?
Well, look, you know, local government is at the coal face of service delivery. If you want to fix the country, you start at municipal level, because municipal level, it's, as I say, it's at the coal face. That is what touches me. When you don't have electricity, when you don't have running water, when you don't have public safety, all these issues happen at local government level.
Hi guys, welcome to Expressions. Why are you guys here?
I believe Harry Bashawa, we're going to change everything about South Africa.
Talk to me about the importance of young people voting.
Well, young people, as people always say, that young people are the future of this country. I may say that young people, they are the present, and then they must determine their future. They must go out, vote in their own numbers, so that they can determine all the future of this country.
I feel like it's very important as youth to voice what it is to be democratic, what it is to fight for our country, for our future, and exactly what ActionSA stands for and what it stands for as young people as well. So it's very important for us to vote so that we know exactly how we can fight for our future.
Well, there you have it. We've spoken to various young people here. We continue on this campaign trail and Expressions. We'll be back after this. Okay, the next stop takes us to Katlehong, where we're catching up with the economic freedom fighters, EFF Ngamafupi. Well, they've come up with some catchy slogans ahead of the local government elections, most notably including that land and jobs manje. We are going to be bringing it to you as it happens. I'm joined by Alaska Njengamanje. I'm sure you guys know them from ama hits abo amaningi abage baba nawo basijayivisa. Welcome to the show, guys.
For sure, no moment. Ayoba oler.
It's great to have you guys on the show. Namhlanje so siyabuza ke ukuthi should ama celebrities nama artists be campaigning for ama political parties ngesikhathi sama elections. What do you guys think ngalokho?
You know, Tina sibheka ngelinye ilihlo.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, Tina, we benefiting.
Yeah.
Remember, good Tina ma artist. That's the only way of making a bread or perform.
Yeah.
We have to do it.
Yeah.
Tina, we are not politicians. You are artists.
Yeah.
So wherever who calls us, we have to go and work.
Yeah.
This is how we can enjoy the benefits.
So you guys never perform a line with you'll just appear wherever.
We appear where we have to appear. Anywhere we can.
Okay. We've seen you guys, I mean, we grew up dancing to some of your music, and Santanda Kakulu, Ababugela Makaya Bantanda as well. Let's speak about artistry. How did you guys manage to be around for so long and still look so great for so long?
Yes. Number one, you know, we really love music and we believe it's our talent. Mistake. Yeah, this is what we love.
Yeah.
And you know, unfortunately, we lost one of our own, Les Maada.
Yeah.
But Mshito Chwela Pili.
Sikhuluma namhlanje ngodouble khulu kwi-Expressions. Siyabuza ukuthi should ama-artists or ama-celebrities azibandakanye with political parties ngesikhathi sokukhankasa?
Yeah, kuyi very important ukuthi basihlanganise nawo amanye ama-politics because at the end of the day siyabanida as much as nawo basinida. Ngenze example ngami, for example like mina namazinyo, ikhona i-EFF kungifakela amazinyo. Manje sengiyasmile, sengi-happy, sengi-right. So ingithola nama-gig manje njengoba nala ngizela kuzoperforma.
Yeah.
Yebo.
Asikhulume ngokubaluleka-ke kokuvota kolusha. Why should ulusha lala eMzansi vote?
Ku-important ukuvota because kumele uwazi ukuthi ukuvota le phathi oyivotelayo ingashintsha impilo yakho. Asiphume emizini efanayo, siphume emizini e-different. Kwazi ukuthi uma uvota le phathi oyivotelayo njenge-EFF so ingashintsha impilo yakho.
Let's talk about why we're here.
This is a rally that we'll normally have before the local government election. It is called the EFF Tela Tuba Rally. It is where our president and our commander-in-chief will be speaking and encouraging our people to go and vote on the 1st of November.
There's so many problems, including unemployment in the country. Speak to us about ama-solutions and Zobaniga one.
Okay, our solution esinawo as inhlangano economic freedom fighters is that uma ubheka kakhulukazi kuma masipala wethu esinawo in South Africa uyothola ukuthi abantu laba ebaphethe ama position ukuthi bangakwazi ukuthi benze ama service abe good in the public. Uthola ukuthi abantu labo who are not qualified ukuthi ingabe bebasebenza kamasipala. So as the EFF uma singena kuma masipala siyoyenza into esiyibiza ukuthi it's a skills audit. I skills audit ilapho sibheka ukuthi uma uphethe iposition yokuba uMM or iCFO ingabe unawo yini ama qualification okwazi ukuthi uzoyenza lo msebenzi loyo ngendlela oqhubekeke ngayo. So ene futhi siphinde sigcizelele kakhulu ku the youth ukuthi kumele baye esikolweni ngoba uma ungakwazi ukuthi uye esikolweni uyostudisha ube naleyo degree noma idiploma uzibeka emathubeni amahle ukuthi ukwazi ukuthola imisebenzi ene imisebenzi loyo oyifundele.
It's your last message to the youth of the country.
Izinto abantu abalifuna eNingizimu Afrika they are very basic and amalungelo wabo ukuthi bangaba nazo. Sikhuluma ngendaba zezindlu, sikhulume ngendaba zemigwaqo, sikhulume ngendaba zama flushing toilet, sikhulume ngokuthi in our community kumele kube nama extramural activities, kungaba nama library, kungaba nalapha abantwana bazokwazi ukuthi badlale khona ama park, lapho khona i-youth kube ikhona ekhaya kube nama youth center. Sifuna uku-encourage wonke umuntu ukuthi siyanqela ngezi1 kaNovember sicela uvuke endlini utshele ubhuti, umama, usisi, girlfriend, ubaba, uhusband noma ubani nomakhelwane wakho, abo bra bakho ekhoneni, istokfela sakho, abo mama basesontweni, wonke umuntu batshela ukuthi namhlanje siyavuka siyovotela i-EFF ngoba umhlaba nomsebenzi sowufikile.
Ngicela uthi nenzani la namhlanje?
We are here to assure abantu bomhlali ababokuhlala ukuthi we are fighters.
Sesihlukumezeke kakhulu igoli lonke eGauteng, sidrive amabhasi abantwana besikolo. Makuvalwa izikolo asikhokhelwa. Ama-holiday asiwakhokhelwa. So sesihlukumezeke kakhulu. Manje nemali ye-COVID kuze kube manje siyitholanga. Sicela ukuthi i-EFF malema akasisize kule nkinga esibhekane nayo.
Abantu bayasafara eSouth Africa kakhulu. Basafara kakhulu because nxa uzobadingisa i-electricity ubaqhanile, nxa uzobadingisa amanzi ubaqhanile, xa engakwazi ukuthi acontrole i-border, acontrole i-home affairs for abantu abangena, which is abangena passport, basikhosta kakhulu kwindaba zombane.
Some of us who are getting old still sihlala ema-back room, you understand? No opportunities for young people. So sicela ku-EFF ukuthi I create ama-opportunity so that we can be independent as well.
Uthi thina singaba lapha kule lokishi thina and sifuna utshintshe lapho utshintshe asiliboni thina kule lokishi.
Mina ngifuna uku-understanda ukuthi what is the meaning of leadership because siyafailwa kuma-parties lawa esiwavotelayo. At the moment ama-parties lawa esithi sithembele ku badlela kwesawo. Sicela ukuthi mabazobeka umuntu for the mere fact azoba ikhansela, umuntu ozowazi idingo zethu singabantu, hayi umuntu ozofike adelele abantu abadala.
After the break, don't go anywhere. Our next stop is in Mamelodi, just on the other side of Pretoria, where we're touching base with the African National Congress, where it puts the final touches to its election rallies ahead of the local government elections. We are here now. Good afternoon, Minister Motsoaledi. It's great to have you on the program today, putting just the final touches to the campaign trail of the African National Congress. Are you confident that you guys are going to get a win?
Well, we've done our work. We're leaving our fate in the hands of the voters. We're quite confident that the work we did is adequate, and we'll see what happens in the next 3 days.
Okay, Minister Motsoaledi, let's speak about the importance of capturing the young electorate. I know there were some issues that were raised that the youth is the most hardest hit by some of the social ills that we're seeing today. What solutions is the African National Congress bringing for the young electorate?
Well, obviously for the young electorate is education. You may realize that here in Tshwane, before 2016, in realizing this goal, there was free Wi-Fi all over for the young students in order to do their school work and their research. You used to see them standing all over the place using free Wi-Fi. That was taken away when the DA came into power in 2016. Now it's one of the first things that ANC is going to do to make sure that preparing our young people for the future. And you are aware that things like Wi-Fi, internet, etc. are things that young people cannot do without in modern education. So we are going to pay our concentration to that.
You know, we get lots of letters from young people who say they can't vote because they didn't get IDs, and that was due to a backlog. That was also due to COVID. How are we working around fixing that for Ulusha to make sure that they have their IDs?
It can't be true that somebody is going to vote because they've got no ID. There will be a few who have got serious technical glitches, like not knowing who they are or who they are related to. But why I'm saying it's not generally true, you will remember that on the week of 18th and 19th of September during registration, Home Affairs have 370,000 IDs uncollected. The owners of those IDs were all sent SM messages. And by the way, that was the second SM message, meaning they got 2 SM messages saying, your ID is ready, come and collect it. And we opened for 2 days. Only 10,000 people came, which means we still remained with 360,000. Then after that, on the 1st of, from the 18th of October, we increased our working hours by 2.5 hours. The working hours of Home Affairs, specifically to allow people to come and apply for IDs. Even now, that 2.5 hours is still in operation. Tomorrow is Saturday. We are opening from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Sunday, we don't usually open, but we are opening from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Monday, we open from 7 o'clock until 21 hours in the evening. All of that just for elections. So nobody can come and claim, you know, some of them come now, but they are not even registered. Nobody can come and claim and say it's because of us. And those who will claim so are very, very few. They are phoning us. We're still busy solving the problem. If there's still any one of them, they can come. We've actually got a team of technical experts at head office where we send all the complicated ones. The complicated ones, I mean somebody who is already old, maybe as old as me, with no birth certificate. We don't know who their parents are. We don't know where they come from. Now you can't just give such a person an ID willy-nilly. You have got to investigate. Those are the ones who will have problems.
Thank you for your time, Minister. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. So please tell people, Home Affairs is still ready. We'll be doing something to them.
What are you going to do for young people, seeing that you're a young person?
Look, maybe let me start by mentioning that the world has never seen so many young people. 2, South Africa, the highest form of unemployment is amongst young people. So it is our responsibility, as it has always been, to speak about issues that relate to the basic of issues, which is basic education. There is no product of society that does not pass through the basic education phase. Now we must speak about infrastructure development. We must speak about young people getting access to school nutrition programs, because we have young people who go to school hungry. We have young people who must concentrate and produce results that are compared to students of private schools. That is the unfortunate reality. Then they are also expected to go and apply at institutions of higher learning. There's no access. We're speaking about the entrepreneurship being made a revolution, because we feel that it is a high time that young people themselves take the initiative to create employment. Now we're talking about NYDA, we're talking about your SIDA. That must come to the ground, because there is no point having such intervention programs but that are not accessing townships, that are not accessing your rural areas. Now, me as a young person particularly, it is my responsibility to make certain that we speak about what the ANC is doing or is trying to do for us. Also to mention the fact that they have reached a ceiling. The old guard in the ANC is not visionary anymore. They're not speaking about a future that embraces your 4th industrial revolution. It's us that had to go to the MEC's office and march for tablets. Now, under the administration of the DA right now in Tshwane, we're having a situation where young people don't even have access to the basic of things, which is Wi-Fi. Now, we must speak about that, because how do we expect young people to really be in power with the developments of the global politics, with the developments of the economics? Because
now that's all political rhetoric, and it sounds fancy on paper when we look at it. But look at the young people that are here in Namhlanje. Let's speak to practical solutions for bona. They're looking for employment. How are you bringing that as a young person? Let's be practical.
In practical sense, Mina as a young person, we speak about the simplest thing, that young people must go to school, in a proper school, and pass. And in that doing, they need to get access to institutions of higher learning, so that not only do they study to get employment, but they study to create employment.
What are you doing here?
Okay, the Vice President since well as the way I am a councillor. Tell what he buys as the way our Chelang.
I encourage young people to vote as a young person. Honobusha Maspel to our Nawatwa.
Pero Hopela Mohator and our ANC or Hono Tisha now or Hoti Miracle, Baba Hoti Dipaza or Baholo at Colum, but it's a
Simko, we've come to the end of today's episode. We've really tried to cover all the different areas. I mean, you were in Katlehong, you were in different areas. And I think the most important question I think we need to ask young people out there who will be voting, who have voted, is essentially, are celebrities important? Is there an X factor in celebrities being part of some of these campaigns and rallies that political parties are actually having? Do you feel manipulated as a young person? And of course, that is up to you to decide, and make sure you let us know what you think on our social media platforms.
You know what was really funny for me was having Ostu go come out and say that he's going to continue campaigning because, you know, they've helped him out in many ways, including with Bamfagela Mazi. It was funny. But yeah, there it is, Muntomosha. We brought it to you as and when it happened, and we hope Uguti, you know, Uguti Ushinjo Kalangawe by heading to the ballot and casting your X. From all of us here at Expressions, thank you so much for your participation in Kundlan Zets of Kumana Namhlanje. Till next time, Msaleh.
Adios, muchachos. Bye.